Peace and light. I would like to take the time to personally invite you to join me on a new 7-part series. This series will begin on August 7th. The name of this series will be called Gems with Moon Sparkle. On this series, I will be discussing my knowledge and experience of how I choose to use crystals as a healing tool. Welcome to my channel. I'm Moon Sparkle, and today I would like to talk to you about the first crystal I ever bought when I entered my spiritual journey of love. It is this beauty right here. This is my rose quartz. I love her. I bought this crystal in either May, I want to say, of 2019. I was entering my spiritual journey and I asked Spirit if I could go on a journey of self-love. And when I asked Spirit if I could go on a journey of self-love, Spirit talked to me about love in every way, shape, or form. So it was during this time that I was going to poetry spots and I was beginning to open up to share my poetry. And I got to the poetry night early, like almost an hour early. That's just how early I was. Well, across the street from the poetry spot was a crystal shop. So I went in. I remember when I went in, one of the owners asked me, "What are you looking for?" And I said, "I don't know." She said, "Well, let me share with you this technique in finding crystals. I want you to come inside, close your eyes, and the first crystal that you look at is the crystal that is for you." And I closed my eyes, and I opened my eyes, and I saw my baby. When I got her, she was not wrapped. I hadn't had any intentions on wrapping her. When I got her, they give you a little card, and it said that this crystal was for love. Love in all ways, shape, and form. And I remember thinking, wow, Spirit is really communicating with me. This is exactly what I asked for. So I got my crystal. I got some other crystals that night, but I got my crystal and I went home and I began research. That is when I learned that crystals have personalities, that crystals are your little friends, and that's when I began to learn the benefits of this crystal. I spent about 3 months with this crystal, getting to know this crystal. When I say spending time with my crystal, I'm talking about we ate together, we slept together, she went to work with me, she took showers with me. I learned that you can program your crystal. And so this has been my baby. We have shared dreams together. I would carry her next to my heart. So when I decided to wrap her, because I always used to carry her inside of my bra next to my heart, I thought, let me get her wrapped so she can sit on top of my heart chakra. I went back to the shop in which I bought her, and I asked the lady, one of the owners, if she could wrap her. And I thought that I would get to sit and see her wrapping my baby, but she couldn't because she had prior commitments, and she said I can take her with me. When I say she wanted to take my baby, I felt like it was a physical baby that she was taking. Like, oh no, what if she doesn't give her back? Like, there was not an amount of money in the world that can replace everything that I had experienced or had given into this crystal. I remember calling that day so many times, seeing if my crystal was ready, because she had told me one time and it wasn't ready. I remember that night picking her up. It was a Sunday night, and I picked her up. One thing I didn't mention is when the lady grabbed my crystal, she said, "Wow, she's vibrating." So that's when I learned that other people can pick up the energy of your crystals. When I got my baby back, she felt different. I didn't know what happened. I realized that sometimes when other people touch your crystals or hold your crystals, it might change the energy of your crystals. So I needed to come home and cleanse my crystal and get back in alignment with my crystal. So that is the story behind my first crystal. Now what I would like to do is share some information with you that I have learned from books about the rose quartz crystal. So the rose quartz crystal can be found in places like Brazil, India, Madagascar, or South Africa. The rose quartz crystal, if you're into astrology, is good for Tauruses and Libras. The rose quartz crystal is known as the love stone. It promotes love on all levels, in all relationships. I'm talking about romance, female energy and qualities, sexual liberation, and reducing frustration. The rose quartz crystal is known to be like the bubble baths of crystal, easing away things like anger, grief, guilt, inadequacy, jealousy, resentment, fear, while also reducing stress, tension, and phobias. The rose quartz crystal is good to wear in any crisis because it is known to calm you in crises. The rose quartz crystal is good for emotions such as bad childhood memories or any emotional wounds that you may carry. The rose quartz crystal encourages forgiveness. The rose quartz crystal promotes imagination and creativity in areas like music, the arts, and writing. The rose quartz crystal has great physical benefits. I'm only going to name a few, but I encourage you to do your research on the benefits that the rose quartz crystal has in terms of physical benefits. To name a few, the rose quartz crystal is good for balancing your sex drive. It is good for fertility. The rose quartz crystal is good for your period. So it can help with cramps and heavy bleeding. If you suffer from the PMS syndrome, the rose quartz crystal will support you in that. The rose quartz crystal encourages healthy complexity and youthful appearance and reduces wrinkles. To name a few more benefits, the rose quartz crystal is good for any heart conditions, general aches or coughs, or any kidney disorders. As I continue to grow in crystals, I will be sharing with you different crystal healing techniques. I truly believe in the benefits of crystal healing. If you have a rose quartz and you want to share how you got to know your rose quartz, or the journey that you have had with your rose quartz, or any benefits that you have gained from your rose quartz, I encourage you to leave comments below. I'm always open to learning about crystals because I believe that crystals have way more benefits than what are even mentioned in books. If you like this video, I encourage you to click like. If you want to continue learning about crystals or just have a place to come to talk about crystals or learn about crystals, I encourage you to subscribe. I want to thank you for watching my video and getting to know my baby, Miss Rose Quartz. Thank you.